Hey friends, welcome back. So today we are decorating the mantle in my family room. This is the area where we spend the most amount of time. This is where the television is. So this is basically where we plant our butts most of the time. This particular mantle I really love because it does still have the natural wood tones. I believe that they used, I think these are Brazilian cherry cabinets, and I absolutely love them. I had a moment of thinking that I wanted to paint them like white or cream or something like that, but then I thought, no, they're beautiful. We are going to keep these as is. So I love the natural tones in here. So what I wanted to do in terms of decorating this mantle was to keep it pretty neutral so that it kind of almost blended in with the wood a little bit. Yeah, so that's kind of my theory here, is finding something that isn't too terribly bright or cheery. I wanted some like darker neutrals, and then to accent the area with my LED candles. I love LED candles, by the way, because then I don't have to worry about the real flame, making a mess, fire hazard, all that jazz. So if you like that mirror that is up on top of the mantle there, I'll see if I can find that. I can't remember where I purchased it, whether it was Overstock or Wayfair or Birch Lane. I'll have to look around, but it's beautiful. I'll show it to you up close when we get to the end and I show you guys the final result here. I know a lot of people are very against putting mirrors up on top of mantles. In this particular room, it actually serves kind of a practical purpose in that it helps to reflect the light from the windows that are to my left here. This room can get pretty dark. We do have a covered patio that is right outside our back door here, and it does block a lot of the light. So any light that does come in, the mirror really helps to reflect, and it brightens this room up a little bit. So even though the mirror doesn't serve the purpose of, you know, being able to check yourself out, it does help to reflect the light, and that is really important to me. I don't normally use, by the way, I'm gonna move you guys just here for a second. I don't use the pot lights up here super often because they're a little bit harsh. I do have daylight bulbs in there right now, and I don't know, I don't love them, but I want to show you really quickly what I have pulled out here. So I have everything on the table. So this is kind of the color palette I'm working with here. I've got some burlap, I've got some leaves, some neutral colored pumpkins, and lots of different types of candles. So don't mind those pillows. The pugs have been at work. All right, I'm gonna prop you guys up, and then I'm going to start decorating here and just kind of talking you through the design process. I did already do a dry run with this mantle, so I know what I want it to look like, and it's gonna help this be a little bit more efficient. So I'm just gonna hop to it. All right, I'm starting with this burlap garland here. I actually picked this up at Hobby Lobby a few years ago. They do have it out again now, and I'm gonna use this just for, and I use this word a lot. I know some of you might be annoyed with it by this point in the week, but texture. I really like the texture that this brings, and I'm gonna fluff it just a little bit so that it's nice and full looking. There we go. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take these are actually from the dollar section at Target. They're these little cupcake stands, and I'm gonna use them up here because I want to prop up my little gather sign. So I'm just gonna put one here, and one more over here. And you'll see why here in a second that I'm using these. Also, I don't think that I said this in my previous videos, But before you decorate for each season, clear everything out and do your deep clean. So I wiped the mirror down, I wiped the top of the mantle down, got rid of all the dust, and that is kind of a good thing to do seasonally. All right, so this is a gather sign that I got at, I think, Michael's, but so I'm just going to kind of try to center this as much as possible. So I have to move my little cupcake stands around a little bit to do that. So that should stay. What I might do when I'm all done here is get some museum putty to put on the bottom of the letters here that are sitting on the cupcake stands, just so that it stays a little bit more secure. Unless someone comes up here and is playing with this, it shouldn't move, but just in case. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is place all of the candles. So I have a bunch of different candlesticks here. Some of them are from, I think, Decor Steals. Some of them are from lights.com. Some of them are from Fred Meyer. So, but what I did is I got some, what was it? It's an oil rubbed bronze spray paint, and I spray painted them all the same color. So they're really, really pretty. They all kind of match, but don't. They're different shapes, different sizes. So I'm just gonna start kind of placing these. And I do want to have a little bit of depth, so some of them I'll move forward, some of them I'll move back a little bit. This one, for example, this came from Fred Meyer. It was gold to begin with, but I just spray painted it, and now it looks like it's kind of part of the team here. Move that one back. And then I have another grouping for the other side, so let's stick those in here. We have a huge piece of granite at the bottom here where that's what I'm stepping up on to get up onto the thing here, to the mantle. It's a pretty tall mantle, so it's nice to have that. Okay, next I have a bunch of different picks and pine cones, and I'm just gonna start sticking these in. And what's nice about this garland is you can play with it and floof it and kind of hide the little picks. Speaking of picks, I have a bunch of these. These are from Hobby Lobby, and these are available this year again. I'm being pretty symmetrical here. I try to not do that too much, but it it's pleasing to my eye, so. All right, let's see here. I think I want to put one at each end and then one in the middle as well. Okay, next, these were leaves that were originally attached to like a bush of leaves, but I took them apart and now I'm going to start, like you can see the little holes where I took them, hopefully you can. Yeah, I just basically dissected the branch of leaves and I'm just gonna tuck them in here. Just add a little more, wait for it, texture. These are in shades of like rust and brown. They're all kind of different and pretty. They fit in pretty nicely with the burlap. So just kind of place those at random where you think there needs to be like a hole to fill or something. I might double some of them up like this and tuck them in together. I like these rust colored ones. I think those are really pretty. Super cute. It's nice because I have a bunch of these, so I feel like I can really fill this burlap in a little bit. Just gonna tuck them where I think they look cute. We still have a bunch of pine cones too, so. What do I have? Okay. All right, just a few more left here. Cute. Let's see. Stick that one right there. All right, next, pine cones. So most of these, I told you guys in my last video, I buy most of my pine cones at the flower market. And what's nice is they are intended to be picks. And so they come with the there's like this wire that's wrapped around them so you can attach them to branches or whatever. But this is really nice because I can stick this into the burlap and it kind of grips the burlap a little bit and holds them in place. if you just buy pine cones at like Hobby Lobby, you can do this yourself. Just get some floral wire. So I'm just kind of putting those throughout. Some of them I don't have the wire on, so those I will put in areas where I know they'll just kind of sit nicely. Just tuck. I'm looking for essentially holes to fill. And just where I think they'll look cute. Oop, come back. Stay, little friend. There you go. That looks really good. I love that. All right. What do we want to do here? Okay, I want to use these. My mom bought me these at a garage sale. They were originally like a really tacky gold finish, so I spray painted them white and distressed them, and I love them now. I think these were kind of like one of those like 90s remnants. I'll show you the bigger one up close. I'm gonna cluster two over here. Here, let me show you guys. So they're these big wood, or actually I think these are like a resin. I mean, don't these remind you of your mom's decor in the 90s? They do for me. So just flat white spray paint, and then I used, what do you call that? Sandpaper to just rough it up. And it looks like just kind of an antique-y piece. I'm gonna stick one over here. You'll see a little bit more of this when I show you guys the finished product here. Then I have two pumpkins here. I'm gonna stick one on one side and one on the other. This trio I think I'll put over here. There. Oh, yes, yes, love it. All right, you guys, let's take a close-up look. So there. Oh, did I drop a leaf? Oh, little leaf friend, come here. You have to stay in your home. Where'd you come from? I'm just gonna stick you right there. All right, so let's take a look at this mantle up close. So you can see the burlap just provides like a little bit of texture, but more so than anything, it beefs up the mantle and it holds everything in place. I love that. It's neutral. It looks a little bit more natural. And these LED lights, I got those at, where was it? Lights.com, I think. And then down here, let me back my bus up. You can see the candlesticks. And those LED candles I buy at Costco every year. The ones this year are a little bit different, but they do have them again. So here we go. That is the mantle in the family room. And I really like it. So if you follow me on Instagram, maybe tonight I'll try to remember to post a story with all of the candles lit so that you can see what it looks like at night, because it looks really pretty. So anyway, there you guys go. Tomorrow, stay tuned for the last mantle, which is in my fancy lady living room. That one is a little bit over the top, but it's pretty cute. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch. Please subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.